With an enthusiastic handshake, Australian Prime Minister Anthony Albanese welcomes Chinese Premier Qiang to Canberra. It's the first time in 7 years a Chinese Premier has visited Australia, marking a major milestone in stabilising relations between the two countries after years of political tension. The leaders held formal talks in Canberra, with the Chinese Premier describing them as candid and saying they reached a consensus in a number of areas.
我们双方重申坚持全面战略伙伴关系的定位，坚定相互尊重、相互信任，始终以积极的态度看待和处理中澳关系。
The leaders agreed to improve military communication and to expand cooperation in energy and mining. They also announced that Australians will now be included in China's visa waiver program. But after years of soured relations over sweeping tariffs on Australian exports, Australian Prime Minister Anthony Albanese also addressed key disagreements between the two countries, including military confrontations in the Pacific and the suspended death sentence handed to a Chinese-Australian writer, Yang Hangjun, on spying charges.
And we engaged in a very direct way about some of the differences that we have, the incidents that have occurred, for example. I certainly raised our issues in the Pacific as well as other issues, including human rights, including Dr. Young's case, as well as the Australians who are on death row. We, of course, in Australia oppose capital punishment, and I reiterated our position there.
Outside Parliament House, tensions flared between anti-China demonstrators and Beijing supporters. Anti-China demonstrators called on the Australian government to not overlook human rights abuses for an economic gain.
China is very good at showing the good image, but at the same time, it's very good at hiding the bad image.
Albanese and Lien are now set to travel to Western Australia, a centre of the mining industry, to speak with business leaders. And although the outcomes of this meeting between the two leaders have been modest so far, it signals an obvious thaw in previously frosty ties between the two nations. Lien and Rosie Grenenger for TaiwanPlus.